Most people agree that our economic systems need improvement, yet we often dismiss the ideas of capitalism's most famous critic, Karl Marx. This reaction is understandable. His political and economic theories have historically been associated with poorly planned economies and oppressive regimes. However, we should not reject Marx too quickly. Instead, we ought to view him as a guide whose critique of capitalism can help us navigate toward a more promising future. Reforming capitalism is essential, and Marx's analyses can provide valuable insights. Born in 1818 in Trier, Germany, Marx became involved with the Communist Party, a small group of intellectuals advocating for the overthrow of the class system and the abolition of private property. He worked as a journalist, critiquing the prevailing economic conditions, and eventually fled Germany, settling in London. Marx authored numerous books and articles, often collaborating with his friend Friedrich Engels. He primarily focused on capitalism, a system that was gaining momentum during his time, and he was one of its most astute critics. One of Marx's greatest insights is that work can be a source of profound joy, but for this fulfillment to occur, workers must see themselves in the objects they create. For instance, consider the person who built a chair. It stands as a testament to their labor, strong, honest, and elegant. At its best, work allows us to externalize our inner goodness, a rarity in today's world. However, modern work is highly specialized. While specialization makes the economy efficient, it often prevents individuals from deriving genuine satisfaction from their contributions. Workers may not feel connected to the true needs of humanity. Marx argued that modern work leads to alienation, a disconnection between daily tasks and personal identity. Insecure employment further exacerbates this issue, making workers feel expendable, just one cog in the machinery of production. They can be let go at a moment's notice as companies seek to cut costs or adopt new technologies. Despite these challenges, Marx recognized that deep within each of us lies a desire to feel valued and secure. While communism may not be the answer, it reflects a yearning for a place in society, a sense that we will not be cast aside. Workers often receive minimal compensation, while capitalists maximize profits by minimizing labor costs, a phenomenon Marx referred to as primitive accumulation. He viewed profit not as a reward for innovation but as a form of theft that exploits the talent and labor of workers. Ultimately, capitalism reduces labor to a transaction, paying a worker one price while selling their output at a higher price. Profit, in this context, is merely a euphemism for exploitation. Marx also proposed that capitalist systems are marked by cyclical crises. These crises are often portrayed by capitalists as rare anomalies. However, Marx argued that they are endemic to capitalism, stemming from overproduction, creating more than society can consume. Unlike past shortages, these crises arise from abundance. Our productive capabilities are so advanced that we could provide everyone with access to basic needs, such as housing, education, and healthcare. This paradox infuriated Marx but also filled him with hope. We should not view the reduction of necessary work as a burden but rather as a form of freedom. Instead of calling it unemployment, we should see it as an opportunity for leisure. To address these imbalances, Marx envisioned a redistribution of wealth from corporations that generate surplus profits, providing for everyone. This idea is as beautiful as any promise of social equity, yet it remains a challenge within capitalism. Marx didn't believe that capitalists were inherently evil. He acknowledged the struggles and hidden pains of the bourgeoisie. He argued that marriage, for instance, often serves economic interests rather than love, leading to tension and resentment. Marx believed that economic systems dictate our values, leading to what he termed commodity fetishism, the tendency to assign value to items based on economic status rather than intrinsic worth. He sought to free people from financial constraints, allowing them to make healthier choices in their relationships. While 20th century feminism has focused on women entering the workforce, Marx's perspective was more nuanced. He suggested that the goal should not be for women to emulate the struggles of men but for both genders to have the freedom to enjoy leisure. Another crucial aspect of Marx's work is his argument that the economic system subtly shapes the ideas people hold. In a capitalist society, many, rich and poor alike, internalize values that reflect economic interests. For example, society often views those who do not work as worthless, believes that leisure beyond a few weeks is sinful, and assumes that material possessions will bring happiness. Marx pointed out that the primary issue with capitalism isn't merely corrupt individuals at the top but rather the system that cultivates complacency and performance among the masses. While Marx critiqued capitalism, he also envisioned a utopian future. In his Communist Manifesto, he described a world without private property, inherited wealth, or economic oppression. He advocated for a progressive income tax, centralized control of banking, transportation, and communication, and free public education. Marx believed that a communist society would allow individuals to develop various facets of their nature, engaging in different activities without being confined to a single role. After moving to London, Marx was supported by Engels, who financed him and ensured his works were published. Their friendship was profound. They even exchanged poetry, celebrating their intellectual collaboration. Although Marx was not widely respected during his lifetime, his ideas would later become foundational to significant ideological movements in the 20th century. Marx's diagnosis of capitalism remains relevant today as we face issues such as income inequality, job insecurity, and the psychological impacts of modern work. Many people feel trapped in jobs that do not fulfill them, contributing to widespread dissatisfaction and mental health challenges. By understanding Marx's critiques, we can begin to envision a world where work is meaningful, equitable, and aligned with human values. One critical area where Marx's insights apply is in the rise of the gig economy. Many workers today find themselves in precarious, short-term jobs with little security or benefits. This modern version of labor echoes Marx's concerns about the expendability of workers in capitalist systems. Gig workers often experience alienation, as they may not feel a sense of ownership or pride in their work. Instead of building careers, many are just trying to make ends meet, mirroring the very alienation Marx warned about. Moreover, the environmental crises we face today can also be traced back to capitalist practices. The relentless pursuit of profit often leads to exploitation of natural resources and disregard for sustainable practices. Marx's critique of capitalism highlights the need for a system that values ecological health as much as financial gain. A truly equitable society would consider the well-being of the planet and its inhabitants, aligning economic practices with sustainable development. In conclusion, while Marx may not have provided all the answers, his diagnosis of capitalism's flaws offers a crucial lens through which to view our current economic challenges. By acknowledging the deep-seated issues within our systems, we can begin to seek innovative solutions that promote equity, sustainability, and genuine fulfillment in work. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we would do well to remember Marx's insights and strive for a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. As Marx himself noted, philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. This call to action remains ever relevant, urging us to not only analyze our economic systems but to work towards meaningful transformation. The need for reform is more pressing than ever, and by embracing the lessons from Marx, we can pave the way for a more just and equitable society.